You send me swinging. Oh, you send me swinging. I wait for the day. A sweet, gentle sway brought your love right my way. Oh, you send me swinging. You send me swinging. Oh, you send me swinging. Oh, shit. Swinging. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review Season 6, Episode 6 of Tyler Perry's soap opera drama comedy, The Oval. And that song, Swing. Y'all have Lamont Simpson to thank for that song because Lamont requested that go with this episode. So y'all have Lamont Simpson to thank for that. Because, you know, I got a bone. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Tyler, we're going to get to that. But yeah. So I'm here to review Season 6, Episode 6 of Tyler Perry's comedy drama, The Oval. The episode is titled Power Play. But before I do it, you know what I got to do. I got to give a shout out to my lovely subscribers. So shout outs to TG Shy Girl, also known as Karima Khadijah. Shout out to Lamont Simpson, June BLC, Miss Lavender, Angry Smurf, Jador Couture, that's dope, I like that name, LaRonda Jackson, Richard Manley, what's up Richard, Saxon Heights, the R.C. Kroger. The R.C. Kroger been down with me for a long time too, so has Saxon Heights. Failed Foster Dog Mom, what's up, another great name, another person been down for a good while too, and Kalendra Antonelli. Did I miss anybody? Did I say LaRonda Jackson? LaRonda Jackson. And all the rest of you wonderful people. Listen, I do appreciate you. I thank y'all. Y'all keeping the channel going and growing. I do appreciate y'all. All right. Let's get down to this here review, y'all. We last left off. Hunter has taken back the Oval. He's in there with Shaggy and Victoria. And Shaggy is shook. He ready to pee his pants. I thought that was hilarious. They got the red, what you call them things? The red dots. They got the red dots on them. Hunter talking his big stuff. He's like, oh, y'all surprised to see me, Victoria, this, that, and the third. And he said, y'all want to play with the big dogs, right? Well, welcome to the jungle. So I started to sing that. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. But Lamont wanted, you send me swing. Yeah, I know why he wanted that, but that. Anyway, Hunter is talking his big stuff right now. He's like, listen, y'all thought y'all was playing a game with me. And Victoria goes on to state something about how, you know, my father won't approve of this, that, and the third. He said, oh, what your father going to do? And she says, well, Eli stopped my father from doing anything because Eli spoke to him. So, you know, you shouldn't want to do this. And then he said, listen, you see your son? You see that? You know, the one you tried to, and she tried to say something to Jason. Jason was like, nah, don't even go there. Then she was trying to fake the funk and act like she had nothing to do with Hunter being drugged and Hunter not being able to walk and all that stuff. She's like, I would never do that. You're crazy. You're delusional. Then she tried to tell him. He said, listen, she said, look, you could go back to your whores and your drugs and let Eli run the country. He said, listen. Hunter said, listen, that was the plan originally that y'all did all the president. That cracked me up. He said, I didn't want this job. Y'all supposed to do all the presidential stuff. I supposed to get all my crack and my coke and my hoes and all that stuff and just sit back and y'all run it. You and your daddy run it and control all the power and all that. But no, y'all couldn't do that. Y'all tried to get rid of me. So now I'm getting rid of you. So I said, that is crazy. That was really funny. But, you know, Eli, a.k.a. Shaggy, he's trying to like, so listen, we got to talk about this. We can work this out. Nah. Hunter said no. He said, I wouldn't let you pick up dog shit. from the front lawn. I said, damn, I'm gonna have to use that on somebody next time somebody say something. Man, I ain't gonna let you pick up dog shit from it. That was funny. I thought that was funny. So Victoria gets up and she says something. He says, B, sit your ass down. And she stood up. She said, who gonna make me? Well, he snapped them fingers. Homeboy came over there, and I don't believe in hitting women though, but he knocked her on a block. Next, you know, she was knocked out, laid on the couch. Shaggy really shaking. Now he's like, oh, was that necessary? Do we have to do that? Listen, we could talk. No, we could talk. No. He's getting real nervous. And then Hunter hit him with, yeah, and you tried to kill my son, this, that, and the third. Shaggy was like, nah, that wasn't me. I'm saying I'm the one that rescued him. I got the tapes. I was the one looking out for him. Please. He was just pleading his case. And then Hunter was just going in. Hunter said, your wife know you was banging Victoria? Oh, she does know, huh? You know, it was crazy. That was crazy. That was interesting. Then we move on down. So we don't see them till the end of the episode. So from there, we move on down. But that was great. That sweet revenge and all that. Then we move on down to Bobby and Max. And at first, I was like, what is Max talking about? Because Max pulls him in the parking lot. And Max is like, I want to talk about my wife and this, that, and the third. But he was given this scenario, but it was clever what he was doing. This was a clever way of him letting Muscle Man Bobby know, listen, they got a bug on you because, you know, she would have to check this and she would check that. He was using a story about his wife, but he was in code. He was speaking in code, trying to tell Bobby, listen, they've bugged you. Because they bugged him because they're trying to catch him in the act of banging Simone. So I said, that was very, very, very clever. I'm like, very interesting right there. And I was like, okay, that was a very clever way of doing that. So Max and Bobby go back to the White House. And Kyle tells Bobby, you'll be appointed to Simone. You have to go tend to Simone. Matter of fact, go pick her up. That's what they want you to do. And he's like, you sure? He was like, well, I don't take orders from you. He said, but you take orders from him. And Donald walks in. And Donald walks in with Lily. And then Donald, being the smart ass that he is, he's like, oh, you two not going to speak? Saying that to Lily and Bobby. And, you know, she was like, hi, Bobby. And he was like, hi, ma'am, or Mrs., whatever her last name is. And I was like, okay, interesting. Playing it off, keeping it cool. So he's going to go over to see Priscilla. And then, I mean, not Priscilla. He's going to go over to pick up Simone. And I was like, that is crazy. Then we have this conversation between Priscilla and Max. Because Priscilla's thinking she's going to go in there to speak to Eli. And Max is like, nah, you can't go in here. I can't let you in, whatever. But he says, you've been acting real immature and stupid. And I'm glad he said that to her because he's right. He said, this whole thing with you and Bobby and all that is too much, and taunting Sam. I need you to fall back. Chill out and fall back. And I agree with him because she's doing, first of all, she's doing way too much. You done had Sam stomped on and all this other stuff. You've done enough. You done took his clothes. Enough already. Enough. Go on and get the divorce, and that's that. Just enough already. Like, she's taking this way too far, and it's really pissing me off. But she says, you know, she's going to fall back a little bit, but she don't tell Sam because she wants Sam to sweat. Why? I don't know, but she wants him to sweat. And I was like, she's just getting on my nerves. So as they're having that conversation, here comes Donald and Lily, and he says, Donald says to Priscilla, he says, you two share the same Bobby, or something stupid like that. And I'm like, you know what? He's just being so tacky. And then she says, you know, Priscilla's sitting there because she wants to go see Eli. And Donald says, well, you have my permission. You know, you want to go see Eli, so you could ask if you could go speak to Hunter again. You have my permission. You can do so. So they do not know. They are not aware that Hunter has taken back the Oval, and Hunter's got Shaggy and Victoria in their hostage. They don't know that Crazy Jason took them through the freaky tunnels, or what, God only knows what was in those tunnels. And I agree with y'all. Why didn't they show us? Y'all should have showed us these secret passageways. I want to know what was in. I'm curious. what's in these tunnels that Jason was talking about in these last few episodes? What's in them? They should have showed that. But anyway, they're not aware. That's what kind of makes it funny. They're still not aware that Hunter has taken over. So I'm like, that's really crazy. Then we go to Dale calling Alan. Alan is quite annoyed with He's like, what are you calling me for? How many times I tell you don't call me? You can't tell me nothing. And Alan's like, no, but I got to tell you this. Now, Alan is blabbing. He's like, Richard stabbed his daddy, and his wife is out here wilding out. She bought me a car. She's out here playing Daddy Warbucks. She roaming the streets, spending money like she got it like that. And Alan said, you know what? Why don't you tell her to buy you a house since she bought you a car? Now, I want to know what time that they've managed to do all this. They're buying cars. She's buying liquor. Miss Nancy is wilding out. She out here thinking she Oprah Winfrey. You get this, you get that. Hey, $100 for you, $100 for this one, $100. And it's stupid to me because I'm like, why are you blowing this money like this? But she's like, after he done stabbed his daddy in front of me and the way he treated me. Ma'am, you're the cause of all of this. Because you opened your legs to your husband's daddy and had a secret child. And then you kept sleeping with this man you are the root of all the problems. And as someone stated, I think that was Lamont who said, all the issues is Nancy's fault because the Ragadushis, that was the name of the group, right? The cult, the Ragadushis. I'm going back to the first season. I think that was the first season. Nancy, the one that let homegirl in there with the Ragadushis and took Barry's son in the first place. So she is the cause of all this mess. You are, Nancy. And now you out here spending money. She got a job. She got a job, y'all. She got a job. Because this is not smart what you're doing, Nancy's blowing all the money. And then Dale tries to talk some sense to her. And he's like, Miss Nancy, you think you want to do this? She said, oh, this is only just the savings. I got to go to the other bank and get more money out. She gonna get her ass whipped. That you playing with fire. The man done already killed his daddy. What you think he gonna do to you? Stop playing with this man's money. Stop it. Now, here's something that was also interesting. That crazy Kyle was listening in on Alan's conversation with Dale, and he runs to Donald to tell Donald and told Donald all of that. So now they know. But here's the thing. When he first walked in there, Lily was in there. And we also saw Lily speak to Alan. When Alan came in there, Lily said to Alan, did he flirt with you yet? Said it right in front of Donald. She's sick of Donald. She wants to know why she's there, why you brought her here. He said, you know, I got a press conference, things for you. She said, you know, I don't want to be bothered. I should have left you. You ruined my life. He said, no, ho. You was a raggedy, you know, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, you was a raggedy, struggling, scratching and surviving, good times designer before you met me. I made you. That's what he told. He told her, I made you, ho. I made you. So that's what he said. So they having their little back and forth banter. Then she leaves when Kyle comes in there, and that's when Kyle is telling him about, you know, do you trust Alan? He says, yes, I trust Alan. And, you know, Alan's going to be my little backup plan and all this other stuff. And, you know, did you get anything on Muscle Man Bobby and all that stuff? And he's saying, no, he didn't, because here's another funny scene. They go to Bobby with Simone, and he writes a little note, because she's thirsty. She ready to pounce on him. He writes a note saying, they've got me bugged, so chill out, relax, bring it down. But what she does, she's saying, oh, I'm so disgusted that Sam would lie and say I would sleep with the likes of you. But while she's doing that, she's fondling him and groping him. And, you know, that could be very enticing, because, you know, I remember when this young lady did that to me, and it was like, groping me. And it was like, oh my God. Ooh. But this ain't about me. What am I doing? Get back on track. Sorry, y'all. Pretend you didn't hear that. But anyway, she groped him and falling on him. But then they going back to, she said, take me to the White House and all this stuff. So again, nobody knows still what's going on. Nobody knows what is going on, which is crazy. Then let's talk about Lily wandering off. She overheard the whole conversation between Kyle and Donald. But then Lily's wanders off and goes into the butler's pantry. That's that what you call it? And she sees Richard and Sam having a conversation. And she comes in there and she's like, I need something to drink. And she grabs that bottle of wine, the cooking wine, drinks it. And she's acting a fool. Then Alan comes and she tells Sam mind his business. And then Richard comes in there. And Richard's in there. And then Alan comes in there. And then she's like, oh, Alan, good to see you. But then she tells Alan, be careful. I heard them talking about you. Watch your back. So I was like, okay, where's all... I'm like, this whole time, I'm like, can we get back to Hunter and Victoria? Because I need to know what's going on with them. Because so far we got Lily getting drunk and acting a fool. We got Miss Nancy acting a fool, spending all the money in the street. I don't get it. So I'm like, come on, get us. But then, guys, we got a surprise. We saw Sharon, and we've been asking where the hell Sharon's been. Sharon shows up at Miss Nancy's door. She's knocking on the door. Nobody's answering. So she decides to call Miss Nancy. When she calls Miss Nancy, Dell picks up the phone because Miss Nancy's in the bank. And Dell is, sheepishly telling her, where you at? Okay. And Sharon's asking about Barry. And he's like, beating around the bush. She said, we not at the house yet, but you meet us. We kind of busy. We at the bank, this, that, and the third. And she's like, well, let me know. Should I come around? He said, no, you wait right there for us. So they got to explain all this stuff they have to explain all these things that she doesn't know that Barry's dead. I don't think she knows that Barry's dead. But she says that she's got out. He asked her what happened. She said the police let her go. So, it was some BS. And she asked where Kareem was and all of that stuff. Interesting. And then she also was like, I'm surprised Miss Nosy Jody won't tell me everything, but Miss Jody's out of town. So, that's that. But I was like, okay, let's get back to the White House. So they do get back to the White House. And Hunter decides to call Donald. And when he calls Donald being on the phone, hey, yes, sir, yes, this, yes. Not knowing that Hunter is in the Oval. He's thinking Hunter's upstairs. And Hunter's asking him all these questions. Hey, what can I do about treason and how do I handle that? What's the punishment for that? I want to do a hanging because I want to hang Eli and I want to hang Victoria. And he's like, Donald's trying to play I'm on your side and for what they did. He said, really, Donald? Because you play two sides of the fence. And Donald's trying to play it off. And Donald's like, well, I'm going to come right up there and talk to you. He said, nah, bro, tell me your plan right here on the phone. Nah, I'll come up there. He said, why don't you check the phone and see where I'm calling from? And he realizes that the Hunter is calling from the Oval. So then this is the thing. Hunter decides, he says he wants to hang Victoria and Eli. Now, this didn't sit with me too well because I was like, who wrote this episode? This idea of a white man talking about hanging two black people. I didn't like that. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't like that. I was like, couldn't we have done something else? A hanging? That's a sensitive. Y'all let me know. That's a little sensitive topic to me. We could have did something else. A hanging? It was still humorous, but still like. And then the song selection y'all picking for the hanging. You see me swing. That. But still, part of me was like, couldn't we have gone with something else? So anyway, he lets him know, I am in the Oval. And he says, drop him, let him hang. And we see them. First of all, they were so stiff, it looked like two suits when you get them out the dry cleaner just hanging up there. I was like, now, come on. The props was just ridiculous. I'm like, that ain't nobody. And then when they started moving, you see the legs dangling. He's like, hang them. You gonna do that in the Oval? The show was crazy. And that is how the episode ended. That was the That's how it ended. So we gotta wait till next week to see what's gonna happen. I don't think he's gonna really kill these two characters, Victoria and Eli. Maybe Eli. Eli is expendable. Victoria's like our main villain here. I don't think they're killing her off. I really don't. But this was entertaining. But the hanging stuff didn't. I didn't care for that. But a very interesting episode. What's gonna happen when Richard finds out that his wife is spending all his money? She's stupid for that too, because she's blowing her money too. Like, I don't get it. She ain't got no job. Well, what's she gonna do? Ridiculous. But that's all I have for now. Thank you for watching. Make sure you check out my review of, I just did a review yesterday of the documentary Luther, Never Too Much. So check that out too. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.